Hey guys, Corey with Drive Creative. A lot of brands have a harder time investing in branding, and design and creative for their company versus more tangible things, right? More tangible things like machinery or staff or what have you. And I think a big reason for that is because either their marketing team, maybe their agency, really hasn't educated them and shown them why good creative is so important, really, with any marketing campaign. So you have to have both, right? You have to have a good campaign, but you need to have the creative as well, and you have to have a story to tell. And a few different examples of this, right? For example, would be like Columbia, right? Columbia does a very good job of communicating, their brand through design, and without their focus on like lifestyle, right? And like focusing on the hiker and focusing on the high school kid who just likes to work to high school, right? Or focusing on the camper who's out with their friends and they've got a bonfire going, or the skier, right? Who's up in the mountains and he's got to stay warm. Without that design, right? Without that messaging, Columbia would really just be a fleece with a logo on that says Columbia and no story to tell. Another example, I guess, would be Chobani, right? Chobani came into the market 2007, made up for 1% of yogurt sales in the world. Greek yogurt sales, period, were 1% in America. Fast forward 2018, now Chobani makes up 40% of the total Greek yogurt sales in America, and Greek yogurt sales actually make up for 50% of our yogurt consumption. So when Chobani came in, there was literally almost no category for them, right? It really wasn't existed, but they came in, they were different, right? And if you look at them now, they're rebranding right now, and they're focusing on the betterment of food internationally, right? And really on just focusing on their category of yogurt and why it's a good, healthy alternative for breakfast. But going back to how they're doing that internationally, they're actually funding startups that they believe can make a bigger impact on our overall consumption of food as a people, which is pretty powerful stuff too. So all that design, all that messaging is translated through their website. If you look at their new packaging, it's all over that too. And they're doing a very good job of not being stagnant, of changing, and really trying to continue to grow their category on the bottom line, but doing it in a classy way that's going to benefit the overall consumer. Jordan's another good example too, right? Jordan was established obviously with Michael Jordan as the person promoting that brand, wearing their gear. But the whole design, the overall messaging, everything around it really focused on the lifestyle of the athlete and how shoes, right, were really making these superstars the athlete they were. And how if you want to be a professional basketball player, if you want to be competitive, now Jordan's even in golf and everything too. If you want to do these things, you got to wear Jordans, right? And that message was told through design and in their campaigning. So when you think about design, like when somebody approaches you about, if you're asking an agency to do your website, or if you're asking someone to run your social media campaign, or this, that, and the other, analytics are very powerful, right? Like SEO, search optimization, very powerful thing. If you need that kind of traffic to your website, that's important. Tracking the actual results of how many people are reaching, impressions, likes, shares, comments, whatever your KPI is, that's very, very important. But also keep in mind too, like that message that you're telling when people land on your website, or what they're seeing when they see you on social media, that's going to leave a memory in their brain. And if you can tell the right story, they're going to remember it longer. And if it resonates with them, they're more likely to share it with their friends. And we all know word of mouth marketing is still the most powerful form of marketing.